Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. You are joining me today live for the August social media roundup. So I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes and wait for Facebook to do its thing and grab some people to join us. Whilst I'm waiting for that, it might look a little bit different here in the background today. That's because I am live streaming from the Entrepreneurial Spark building, the hub in Bristol. So I've got my little lanyard on today, and one of our of the mentors here has kindly let me use some of their office space, which is fab. So nice and airy and light. So hopefully going forward, this is going to kind of be where I'm going to be live streaming from anyway, and I'm looking to do more of these. So I will keep you posted with the details. So whilst I wait for more people to join us, I thought I would share some good news in case you haven't already seen. Naturally Social has been picked as one of this year's Small Business Saturday 100 businesses. Picked as a business for this year's Small Biz 100. Small Biz Saturday happens on the 2nd of December. And it's a campaign that encourages people to think locally and shop locally with small businesses. And so Naturally Social will be highlighted next month, or certainly before the 2nd of December. I'm not allowed to give you the exact date just yet, but stay tuned and I will let you know. There's loads of articles and information about Small Business Saturday on my Facebook page and my Twitter feed. If you search hashtag SmallBiz100, you will see the details. And yeah, so I'll be sharing some offers and some exclusive content for people as a result of me being on that list. So yeah, and congratulations to everybody else who made it onto the list, including Wiltshire-based businesses, Purple Marketing. So well done, Denise. Okay, so let's crack on with some of our updates this month. I'm going to start, a lot of this is video based, by the way, so there's a lot of news around video changes on social platforms, so there is a theme. If you stay right to the end, I will be giving you my top tip for today. And if you know anybody that will benefit from joining and learning more about social media, then do tag them in the comments below, or if you're watching on your mobile, share and tag your friends and invite them along to watch. That'd be amazing. Okay, so video, big theme this month. If you use YouTube, anybody here who uses YouTube, sadly the video editor will no longer be available. Hi Anna, thanks for popping along. I hope you're okay and having a good day. Do feel free to invite friends along into the live stream and stay right to the end. I'm giving my top tip this month is about Twitter. So yeah, if you're using YouTube, then they're taking away the video editor functionality from the 20th of September. You're still going to be able to edit video within YouTube, so adding comments, sort of visual effects, cards and all that, subtitles and stuff, but you're not going to be able to actually upload and edit raw content, raw video files. So that is what I'll do at the end, by the way, for anyone who's new to my live streams, I add in the news articles into the comments afterwards so you can read up further details, because this is only for sort of 20 minutes or so. So yeah, so that's something to bear in mind if you are a creator on YouTube or using it as your kind of main video editing software. Okay, talking about video, LinkedIn has now rolled out the native video ability. I can't speak today. Has rolled out the ability to create live video. Speak, Natalie. To create video natively within the app has been rolled out universally now. So if you open your LinkedIn app, you will be able to either upload pre-recorded video or you'll be able to go live. So this again just represents this shift and this trend for video on social media across the platform. So if you haven't yet had a play, please do. I recommend you do. And again, try and think about the content that you're sharing, usually on LinkedIn, how you can then create that within video content. And a good person to look at is somebody I rate very highly and look up to, Alison Edgar. If you look on her LinkedIn, she's doing some great stuff this week, and Greg Cooper, of course, with their LinkedIn and using video. So go and have a peek and have a play, highly recommended. Instagram, come back to that. It's, in a nutshell, a couple of changes really. It's announced it's got 250 million active daily users now. Huge numbers. Obviously clearly surpassing, and that's some of the stories feature, sorry. So that's clearly surpassing Snapchat on many levels. There is still a viable use for Snapchat. It's all about audience and content creation. But again, I think it's just showing that the popularity of stories is really growing. And if you're not using it yet, it's a great way to bypass the algorithm of content in the news feed. So yeah, be sure to do that. Get in touch if you've got any questions about Instagram stories or ephemeral content in general and Snapchat. I'm more than happy to talk about that. They've actually introduced new face lenses as well, which is, again, similar to Snapchat. So now you can add in filters over your face, and location-based filters are no doubt likely coming, as they are on Facebook already here. Threaded comments on Instagram. Tiny little thing, but now you're able to sort of thread the comments down, and users within your content can start to talk to each other individually and have their own comment stream. So if you're a content creator, it's just worth bearing that in mind, to kind of monitor those comments that are coming through, particularly if there's a lot of activity and engagement on there. It won't just be listed chronologically. There could be different streams of comments and conversation happening over on your feed, so worth bearing in mind. And it's also beginning to test dual screen live streaming. So again, very much a feature that has been echoed across all of Facebook's kind of platforms and domains is dual screen live stream testing, which is fab. I mean, I can't wait for it to be particularly available on pages. I haven't yet had a go on my business account on Instagram, so I'm not sure if it's there yet, but I have had a play and seen it on my personal profile. So definitely something to keep an eye on, and will add another dimension to the content that you're creating, particularly if you're events, service-based, you're out and about, roaming, delivering conferences, etc. Or, getting creative about interviewing your customers. Being able to live stream with two people onto one feed is a really fun, easy, and creative tool and technique. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Okay, moving on to Snapchat. Tiny little thing with Snap. It's kind of announced its next quarter's growth. It's not been massive. There has been a growth, but it's not been huge. I think it's getting a lot of stick for that. It's actually announced that it's going to be moving into scripted content later this year. So ultimately, what I believe that to mean is it's going to start looking at TV shows and, sort of longer form videos that have been scripted, rather than just crowdsourcing curated content into its feed. So that'll be interesting to see how that transpires. And I guess they're just trying to tap into an audience who likes to, or who doesn't necessarily watch TV as we would normally, or have come to sort of get used to in our day-to-day lives. It's that audience that kind of consume video content and TV content through their devices and apps. So yeah, keep an eye out, and I'll keep you informed as to what that looks like, if there's any opportunities business-wise. Pinterest, if you're a Pinterest user, it's now introduced pinch to zoom functionality on its pictures that are shared. So my only piece of advice there is, if you are using a Pinterest and you're adding your pictures, and make sure they're really good quality. And this is an opportunity if you are selling wares, clothes, items, that type of thing, to have some really good photography on there, and encouraging that sort of pinch to zoom, so people can really get a feel for what it is that you're selling or advertising. Okie doke. So looked at Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Pinterest and Snapchat. There was the kind of little updates there. Mainly, biggest updates this month for me have been the changes to Facebook. So where shall we start with Facebook? Smaller things. If you have not heard, keeping on that vein, that thread of TV channels, Facebook TV is coming in the next few weeks. So Facebook is very much taking on YouTube as a TV channel, and it's called Watch. It will be as an option either on the app or on the desktop version, but it's going to start a trial with some producers and creators to send them through short video clips and short films to be shared, and then it's going to start to branch out into its own video creation. So yeah, taking on YouTube. And because of that, there has been, I mentioned it a couple of months ago, I think, but they are shifting towards the prioritization of longer video content in newsfeed. So if you are, whereas previously we were saying, 30 seconds, 60 seconds max, if you're creating video, now we're saying, actually, if you're creating video content that's a good few minutes long and people are engaged with it throughout, then you will be rewarded in newsfeed by Facebook. So video strategy wise, that's worth thinking about. You can now go live in your stories on Facebook. That's been introduced only on your personal profile particularly, but I have noticed on my own feed that I saw a Facebook page live streaming. So this was an influencer of mine, so somebody with huge amounts of following, has the blue tick and all sorts, but it does show that that's being tested. So exciting times, very much so. I like the idea of that. I'll keep you posted if I see anything else. If I can get a screen grab the next time that brand is live streaming, I will, so I can show you what it looks like. Okay, groups. The Groups Facebook app, even though Facebook is putting a lot of emphasis on groups and community management and how to engage, that type of thing, those communities, it's actually getting rid of its Groups app as of, what's the date today? As of tomorrow. So if you've got the app downloaded, you may as well delete it. If not, you won't be able to use it anyway. You'll get a message that it's been sort of decommissioned or whatever. But you can still access the Discover section of groups and still manage the groups that you're a part of through the desktop version. So it's not a problem. Okay, so that's Groups app, Facebook TV, going live in stories. Speaking of live, actually, some statistics have been released this last couple of weeks about Facebook posts that are showing that engagement overall on Facebook pages is down 20% this year on last. So lots of brands, no matter what brand they are, what type of content they're showing, the engagement is down. So, and I think that frustration is being echoed when I talk to small business owners and other community managers on Facebook pages. All I would say is it is really quality over quantity, guys. We need to be focusing on the best way you can share a message and the value that sits behind that for your audience. That in turn will generate the engagement. So that's what you need to focus on. However, that said, hi Lynette, thanks for coming along. That said, the average watch time of Facebook live videos are 3 times that of on-demand content. So again, it's still highlighting the necessity of trying to integrate Facebook Live into your Facebook strategy. So again, please do get in touch if you want to know more about how you can do that. So yes, pages are seeing a decrease in engagement, but focus on quality and try and get live streaming into your strategy. Okay. And then lastly, two other things is a bit about the change to algorithm on Facebook on pages, etc. So they are trying to cut down on this sharing of fake news and clickbait across the whole platform. And as a result of that, there are two things you need to consider and remember. One is if you're sharing a video, don't use the video link where possible, plus a still image. Try and upload the content natively to Facebook as a video and just use the thumbnail that's automatically there from your video, because a lot of fake news creators, etc., spammers, all these people we don't want to be in our community, that's a surefire way of them trying to get people to click on dodgy links, is just by uploading a link and a still image. So try and avoid that so that Facebook doesn't kind of penalize what you're sharing. And also links as well. If you are sharing links within your posts to websites that don't load quickly on mobile, you are going to be affected. The reach and the engagement on those posts is going to be affected. So be mindful of how deep the link is down onto a website, whether that page is responsive on mobile, whether your website is responsive on mobile, full stop, because otherwise you will again see a decline in your reach and engagement. So that's a top tip for you. Okay. Image and link posts, videos and cover images. I'm seeing a lot more businesses do that. If you haven't had a go, please make sure you do. They're much more engaging than just a singular image, and actually you can get more information in those cover videos, and they just make the page really pop. There's a business here, an Entrepreneurial Spark, who has an amazing cover video. I'll pop her link in. It's Visualable. I hope I got that right, Lydia. Visualable. She does a lovely job of her Facebook cover video. So again, if you haven't yet, try and get some video in there. I can recommend some video editing apps as well if you need one. Just let me know. And the only tiny other thing was they're adding 360 image creation into the Facebook camera. So now you can just open up your Facebook app, tap on the camera, and you'll be able to create a 360 image that can be shared on your profile or uploaded to your cover picture. So again, sometimes what we see from Facebook, or mostly what we see from Facebook, is those features that they roll out on profiles ends to circulate into business pages. So it's worth having a play whilst they're there. Cool, okay. I have hammered out. I'm trying to be good with my 20 minutes on these live streams, guys. So we're at about 18 minutes. I hope that was really helpful. The replay will be on this page afterwards for you to tap into and look. I'm also going to pop onto YouTube. The top tip, my top tip for today, so at the end of each live stream, I like to give my top tip. And today it's about Twitter and Twitter hours specifically. If you are on Twitter and you're struggling with time to create multiple tweets day in, day out, then I'm seeing a lot of uplift and interaction and results from accounts who are just investing 1 or 2 hours a week to show up and interact and tweet during a localized or industry relevant Twitter hour. So that's my top tip for today. Focus your time on Twitter hours and establishing relationships in either the industry ones, so you can get some thought leadership out there, or locally, so you can start to build relationships with local businesses and brands. If you want to have more advice on Twitter hours, hit me up in the comments or send me a message. I'm more than happy to help and talk to you about it. In the meantime, like I said, keep an eye on my page for offers and info about Small Business 100. The next Vulture Tweet Up is on the 6th of October. Details are on my Facebook page. And we've got a guest speaker who's talking about time management. Yeah, I think that's it. I look forward to hearing from you all soon. I'm going to be starting to increase the amount of live streams I do from now on. And I will let you all know about that in due course. So have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend wherever you are. Thanks to everyone for tuning in live, and those who watch the replay, much appreciated. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.